In today's video, I'm going to show you how to blur a background image in Figma. This effect is super popular in modern UI design. You'll see it in cards, modals, overlays, hero sections, and even dashboard widgets. Blurring your background helps your content stand out, reduces noise, and instantly makes your design feel cleaner and more professional. Let's go step by step. Start by opening your Figma design file and selecting the frame or artboard where your background image is placed. If you haven't added your background yet, you can drag an image onto the canvas or use the Place Image tool to insert it. Once the image is on your frame, make sure it's selected. Now, with the image selected, look toward the right-hand sidebar. This is where Figma keeps all your styling options, things like fill, stroke, shadows, and effects. Scroll until you find the Effects section. This is where the magic happens. Click on the plus icon next to Effects to add a new effect layer. By default, Figma will usually add a drop shadow, but we don't need that. Open the effect dropdown and change it to background blur. You'll instantly see the image soften behind your design elements. Background blur is perfect when your image sits behind semi-transparent cards or UI blocks. It blurs behind the layer, not on top of it, making it ideal for glass-like surfaces, frosted panels, and modern UI styling. If you want to blur the image itself, not what's behind it, choose layer blur instead. Layer blur softens the image you selected, which is great for subtle photo backgrounds, hero banners, or mood-setting visuals that shouldn't steal focus. Once you choose the type of blur you want, adjust the blur intensity slider. A value of 10 to 20 gives you a light softening effect. Values above 30 create a strong aesthetic blur, which is great for pop-ups or card backgrounds. Slide it around until you get the exact look you want. Now, here's a helpful tip. If you're creating like a frosted glass effect, you'll want to pair your blur with a semi-transparent fill on the overlaying element. For example, if you're placing a card on top of the blurred background, set its fill to white with 10-20% opacity. The blur will show through and create that clean, modern, translucent look that's extremely popular in UI today. Another trick is to lock the background image once it's blurred. Right-click the image and select Lock. This prevents you from accidentally dragging it around while you work on the rest of your layout. If you're working with a stacked layout, for example, an overlay on top of multiple layers, remember that background blur only blurs layers underneath the selected object. If your blur isn't showing, check the layer order in the left panel and make sure your blurred object or overlay is positioned correctly. And that's it. Select your background image, add an effect, choose background blur or layer blur, adjust the intensity, and combine it with transparent fills for a polished look. Once you get the hang of blurring in Figma, you'll find yourself using it all the time to highlight content and create more atmospheric designs.